Hello, everybody. My name's Tyler, and welcome back to the channel. This is you know, I can never get my YouTube intro correctly, so let's do that again. Let's do a cold open again. Hello, everybody. My name's Wtphu, and welcome back to the channel. We have a couple more questions from ChatGPT, and on top of the questions to ask new listeners, I also asked 10 more questions that are related to gaming. Man, I got a couple, and I'm pretty excited just because I've been playing games for as long as when I was walking. So as early as 95, 96, I've been playing games. So for a long time, for as long as I've known, I've been around Pokemon. I deleted my brother's Pokemon Red file for the first time when I first touched it. So I was that kid brother energy. I was that bad, and you know, I haven't had a chance to really have questions geared to gaming. So let's skim through and see what ChatGPT has for us, because it's gonna be a fun situation. It's gonna be a fun discussion to see what they have for gaming related questions. Um, yeah, I the first question. The first question really just zooms in to what I said earlier, where what was the first video game you ever played, and how did it shape your interest in gaming? As I said, my first, you know what? Actually, before the Game Boy, my first actual video game playing was during the age of the Super NES. So my family had access to the Super NES. I don't know how, but we were really lucky to have just gotten all the games that we did. I don't know if it's because of my dad just getting certain games because of recommendations and hey, I have a child. What do you think he'll like to play? Oh, kids like playing Nintendo. Okay, we get the Super Nintendo. Oh, we like these games. Okay, we'll get it. So one of my first experiences was just trying and failing at Mega Man X, and I did, and with some chances, there's been a lot of games I touched on playing. Uh, One of them was the Legend of Zelda for the Super NES or the NES, one or the other, because we had another family member with the older version. The Super was the updated version of the NES, much like how PlayStation 4 has the PlayStation Pro, and the PlayStation Slim. That kind of process. So I remember touching Mega Man X. I remember touching Legend of Zelda. I remember touching. Let's see. There was a version of Star Fox that I played, but then at that point, I really realized that I was really bad at those games. With in the terms of in regards to my interest in video gaming is a way of expression, and I really liked what it allowed us to do. It expressed these concepts and ideas, and I would dare say, as a hot take, Legend of Zelda has paved the way and paved and gave us a perspective into games like Castlevania or Elder Scrolls, or like the the difficulty spikes and learning enemy tactics just reminds me of current Dark Souls, current Elden Ring, and that genre. The hard difficulty of fighting a boss, learning the patterns, and defeating that boss with those patterns. That's really cool. I remember those experiences. I remember loving Mega Man since Mega Man X. I was really bad at it, and I do plan on buying the Mega Man X collection, Legacy collection, so it has all games from Mega Man X to Mega Man 8. It died out, granted, but those games I really like playing. The I believe the Legacy collection is a great bundle, but it leads me to a situation where nowadays I really like gaming for, does it tickle me in a fun way? I like, because case in point, in my Switch when I'm going to work on my breaks while I'm walking. I am playing the Mega Man Battle Network collection, and that is a series of games that this is like Mega Man Battle Network is a franchise that is the first franchise I've almost played every game to. Um, it's the first, but I've already because another series I've yet had the opportunity to play and finish currently is Star Ocean. I played Star Ocean 1 and 2 thanks to the PlayStation Portable like modding from back in college. I've played 3 thanks to my cousin. I played 4. I had it on the channel and then we had to delete that video because of YouTube. I played 5 on the channel and I want to play the new Star Ocean game. What is it? The Divine Heavens or whatever the name is. There's a new Star Ocean out that I do want to play. Um, so things like that. I'm in love with like action RPG games. I'm in love with action based games, and I don't mind a good visual novel like Dream Daddy or the dating sims with like the Eldritch horrors. That's fun. Not played it, but I am interested in playing those. So that'd be really fun to just dive in to those visual novels. But I'm relatively an action I'm relatively an action RPG player first. I do know that my brother and we asked for the Halo and Xbox games when it came out because Xbox was bought because of Halo, which we wanted to play with our game friends with. That was like as early as 2007, 2009. That was the time where everyone bought a place. Everyone bought an Xbox because of Halo, and the culture of just going to your friend's place to have a LAN party with those Xboxes. So that was really a fun time that I do miss. And now we have the ability to do online gaming to meet with our friends. So that's really a good change in dynamics. Um, God, I let's go to the next question because I've been rambling on the first one. But um, yeah, I'm more inclined to playing shooter games with people that I do know. Otherwise, I can jump into Valorant, I can jump into Overwatch, Gundam Evolution, and I'll like it, but I will be more consistent with it if there's people to play with. So it's hard to say. The next question is if you could live in. Actually, let's skip through this, just because there's been a lot of like questions here. You know what? Let's go down the list just because it's a lot easier that way. Um, if you could live in another video game world, which one would you choose and why? If I were to be transported into that world as I am, that would be a pretty tough question because I've touched Grand Theft Auto and with the chaos within Grand Theft Auto, not good. Because like based on the games that I do play, I would have to. It'd be a situation where like I get I get transported to another world, and you would have to give me like the gamer skill and like a choice between certain classes just because with the games that I've played in the past couple years, I don't want to be transported in Outlast. I played Outlast for the channel. I don't like it, and I will probably die very quickly. Um, I played Resident Evil, and I'm not that good at shooting, so I may have a chance if I get to have a gun when I transport over there. If I were to play Kingdom Hearts, I don't know. Well, I mean, if the caveat was you will be if you teleport to this world, you will start out with the same equipment, same items as the protagonist of the game of the game. You won't be you may or may not live in the same storyline, or you may or may not live with the same problems at that as that character, But if I can go into a video game with a preset like starter pack, like if I were to go in, that would be tough though because well, I would like to have a fighting chance if I were to go into any video game world. Um, but it's tough. I mean, I wouldn't mind jumping in if I were given a starter pack to really give myself a fighting chance. And I was starting because like if I want to be like let's say for this conversation, I was transported into Pokemon. If I was transported into the Pokemon world, I would prefer to have like the same starter equipment. I have the shoes. I need to have the bike. I need my first Pokemon, and if I can earn money just by battling people every day, I wouldn't mind doing that. I would not mind going to. Um, I recently played Scarlet. I would not mind going into the Pokemon Scarlet universe and just starting off with my Pokemon and by fighting other trainers, I get money, and get to live in a dorm and get education. So I get to be in school. Sure, fine. That's whatever. If I'm roped into the misadventures of the protagonist, then sure. Fates may put me through that. I'll do that. But if I were to be put into the world of like Devil May Cry or with Elden Ring, I don't know about my survival rate just because even if you were to give me the starting equipment that those characters may have, Elden Ring will kill me a lot faster than Devil May Cry because if I go into the world of Devil May Cry, I am an amateur devil hunter fighting alongside Trish and Lady and Dante and what she was my favorite girl and what's her name? Uh Cry 5. Man. What happened? Is the 6 happening? Near uh is it na Nuni Nico, I'm sorry. Who is she? You know, this person has like a formless thing about her, but I don't even know how that's considered like. But you know, lady's a nice looking lady. And there's also Trish, who's made to look like Dante's mom. But hey, if I were to be put in for the sake of for the argument of Devil May Cry, I would be an amateur within that world. Maybe I need to like gain experience by fighting these demons. But again, to be transported into a video game world, um, I would have an easier time being put into Pokemon because you start off with a loving family. You start off with Pokemon, and you learn very quickly to fight other people, and you get money. You're guaranteed income, and with Pokemon Scarlet, you're guaranteed a home because you're in school. And then eventually you'll get a Pokemon that lets you explore the world. But hey, that's what Pokemon is. For the sake of argument for this episode, I'll go to Pokemon because why not? It's the safest starter video game world, and I will go with it. Yes, that was fun. Thank you again for listening to my rambles about video gaming. If you liked it, please make sure you subscribe and push the button to make big channel number go bigger. I don't know why I'm copying the Anime Man, but yeah, no. But honestly, thank you so much. If this is the kind of content you like listening to while I play video games on the side, subscribe, let me know what games I should play, what games I should stop, and give me your questions. I would love to answer your questions. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. And as always, my name's Tyler. I'm your friend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.